Hi guys, it's Sam from Creatively Sam's. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you stopped by. Today's project is a Shabby Chic Easter Topiary. If you want to see how I did this, stay tuned. It's coming up next. Okay, I gathered a whole lot of stuff for this. I'm starting with a little pot from the Dollar Tree. I think that comes in a 3-pack. I can't remember. And I've got some floral foam. And I have a little bit of sheet moss. And I've got a cone. This one is 11.9 inches high. I have some white paintbrush and a styrofoam plate to paint the little pot. And I've got the glitter face filler and eggs. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is paint the pot, and it's probably going to need 2 to 3 coats just because I am painting on plastic. Oh, I wish the weather were nicer so I could just spray paint it, but I've got to make do because it's cold, wet, and rainy outside. So I'll be back when I get that painted. Okay, I've got 2 coats on this, and while I'm letting that dry, I'm going to get out the hot glue gun and put some of the sheet moss to cover the cone. Alright, I've got 2 really good coats of white on this, but since this is acrylic paint on plastic, I'm going to add a coat of the gleams. It's a metallic white. It looks like a pearl. That's called pearl finish. But anyway, it has a tendency to protect it from, it's almost like a seal. And your fingers, nails bumping won't scrape off the paint as easily. Like I said, if the weather were decent, I definitely would have spray painted this, but I'm not going to try to do that today because it is a mess out there. The cone I got covered, and I'm going to give you just a little hint, because when you put the glue on and you put your moss, let the table do the work. Don't burn yourself, because you know me, I will burn myself if I'm not really careful. Okay, I'm going to get at least 1 good coat of paint on this, and to be honest with you, I'm not too sure about whether or not this is going to be sturdy enough, because it is plastic. I really wish that I had a large terracotta pot, but I don't, so we'll see what I do to make that a little heavier and a little more steady. Okay, I definitely decided that this is not heavy or sturdy enough. So what I'm going to do is, I found a terracotta saucer in my stash, and I've painted it with the Gleams pearlized finish, which I thought was a good thing to go along with Easter. But I'm going to hot glue that to this, and then hot glue this into there. And once I get that done, we can get going. But this saucer is definitely going to give it the stability that it needs. Okay, I've got that glued on, and now I'm going to put the floral foam in the bottom. And yes, I am loading this up with a whole lot of glue, because it's got to go over top of these little nubbies that's in this. And I definitely got it too high, so I'm just taking a serrated knife, like always, and go around the top. Okay, I had a 12-inch dowel rod I'd gotten at Walmart forever and ago, and I cut it almost in half and shoved it in the center. It's about 2 inches all the way around, and now I'm going to add it here. And I don't know how heavy this is going to get since everything's styrofoam, but why take any chances? And now that's nice and sturdy. Okay, I'm going to clean up this mess here, and I'm going to start gluing on the eggs. Okay, this is not necessary, but I really like Shabby Chic, and I don't do Shabby Chic often except for holidays. So what I did was I made a loopy bow, just a whole bunch of loops, and tied it together in the center with a piece of wire, and it's got a nice long tail. And I'm going to take another piece, and I'm just going to tie it around the center. So it's going to give me 4 really long tails. And you can see I covered up the wire with the ribbon, and that's going to stay on the top, and I'm going to add some glue right in the center. And glue that to the very top of the cone. Now I'm going to use some glue. Let's see if I can get this up where you can see it better. Yeah. I'm going to use some glue to separate these on the top, so that it looks like a much fuller little bow. Cannot believe how much glue I've gone through with this. And just put a little tiny bit over here. And do it on the other side. And I'm going to keep going until I get most of it spread out real good. Okay, I've got all these glued pretty well spread out. And since this is just ribbon and it's not the satiny stuff, I mean the wired stuff, I'm just going to glue this. A little here, a little there, and I'm going to do that to all 4. Okay, I've got all the ribbons glued in place, and now I'm going to cut them off down here at the base. Yeah, I added some pearls. I can never leave well enough alone. These foam eggs from the Dollar Tree. There are 2 of each color in a bag. And they have little ribbons on them for hanging. They pull right out. So all I'm going to do is hot glue them. I'm going to do 2 packages to start with, since I have 4 sections. And all I'm going to do is take some hot glue and hold it in place. Until it's done. And what I do on this side, I'm going to repeat on the other side. And then I'm going to do something a little different here. Probably whatever I end up with down here, I'll start up there. and that's holding nicely. Okay, I've pretty much got this filled up, but it does have some open spaces. So I'm going to use this glitter scatter. And I'm just going to put a few of these in between where it's really empty. Oh, there it is, all done. My little Shabby Chic Easter Topiary. And I really like the way this turned out. I hope you did too. So if you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, and happy creating, everyone.